The Honourable Member for Kuwait-Nook.
Thank you. In June of 2017, I asked the Minister of Infrastructure about the development of the East Side Road network. He said that in the upcoming session, his department would table their 5-year plan. This is now the 3rd upcoming session since we had that discussion. Can the Minister of Infrastructure release the department's 5-year plan for the development of the East Side roads today?
The Honourable Minister of Infrastructure.
Well, Madam Speaker, I don't know where to start where we have started and where we have completed projects that were never ever even contemplated under the NDP. Right. And I'd like to start with the Freedom Road, Madam Speaker. In 17 years, not a mile, not a yard, not an inch was ever accomplished under the NDP, and today, Madam Speaker, we're in the final stages of completing the Freedom Road, something that was never ever accomplished under 17 years of the NDP.
Order. The Honourable Member for Kuwait-Nook on a supplementary question.
And I'd like to thank Trudeau for making that possible. Minister, I have also been requesting for help for Wasagamack First Nation for them to get an airport in their community due to the hazards they face when crossing the lake during emergency situations and in general, as they have no choice but to get to St. Mary's Island to get to our airport to fly down south for medical reasons. Will the minister update us on the progress he has made regarding Wasagamack's airport?
The Honourable Minister of Infrastructure.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And we announced some time ago that we were beginning a process of rationalizing the Department of Manitoba Infrastructure, looking at what we do very well and what perhaps the private sector could do better. And Madam Speaker, one of the things that we have done is looked at our airports. We are engaging with communities in the north, and I would suggest to the member opposite, stay posted.
The Honourable Member for Kuwait-Nook on a final supplementary.
Allow me to quote the minister what he said to me. Wasagamack either chooses the airport or the all-weather road, not both. Since this minister has this mindset, it begs the question, since his ministry has been trying to sell some of its smaller airports in First Nations to those specific First Nations, can the minister tell us if his ministry is attempting to deliberately mislead the First Nations? Once sold, is it the intention of the government to shut down all talks of all-weather road access into those First Nations once they own their airports?
The Honourable Minister of Infrastructure.
Well, Madam Speaker, one of the things we won't do as a government is go out and campaign, going door to door and telling people we'd never raise taxes like under the NDP, and then get elected and raise taxes, raise the PST on Northerners, those who were, some of them struggling and ended up having to pay a lot more, whether it was putting food on the table, paying for insurance, paying for automobiles, and like Madam Speaker, insofar as the airports are up north, our government, and led by the Minister of Aboriginal and Northern Affairs, Madam Speaker, we are going out to communities and we are speaking to these communities, to our First Nations, and suggesting to them that there is an opportunity with their airports, Madam Speaker, and we will continue to do so.
The member's time has expired.